Hello, hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back to this episode of Unrestricted Entry. You entered at your own risk, so welcome. I'm your host, Sasha, and let's get into this. Did I even tell you guys my name in the first episode? I actually don't remember. If I didn't, that's crazy. I'm Sasha. This is Sabbath. Um, if you guys don't know, this is an Emily the Strange plushie. It says Emily the Strange on the back. I saw it at Forbidden Planet and I just had to get it. Look at it. There's another one that I plan on getting soon. It just adds so much taste. Makes me feel like I'm in True Beauty and I have one of Lim Ji Kyung's dolls. If you know, you know. You should know because it's like the best fall drama ever. But that's getting into media too quickly. Let's start on what I have to talk about for today's episode. So I actually filmed this episode yesterday in daylight. If you notice, it's nighttime right now. I don't know if this is going to become a normal occurrence because I kind of do like the lighting, but I also do just enjoy filming things in the day just because I'm supposed to be laying down right now. It's 9:09. I usually like to be laying down, but this is kind of a cool vibe, so this might become a regular occurrence, maybe not every episode, maybe a good amount of episodes, but let's see. Um, yeah. So Oh, I'm filming at nighttime right now, and I have this light on over there for a little bit of ambiance for today's topics, but I might turn it off if it's too distracting because of my glasses, which I need new glasses. I'm looking at this pair of Chanel glasses because I'm bougie. I went to Nordstrom to see if they would have them because what I do, my little tip, my trick, is to get sunglasses because sunglasses can be pretty sturdy and they're cheaper. Instead of going to the eye doctor and like buying a pair of like $300 glasses, I like to get like sunglasses at a discount somewhere and then I just like change them, get the frames. I got these glasses on a website online because a girl that I saw at the dentist told me she got her frames there and I really liked these. Um, they're supposed to be gold, but literally within like the first week, I'm a pretty active person and I was wearing them and the gold literally just melted off. It just started oxidizing so fast. Even when I put nail polish on it, like the nail polish would literally just flake off. And yeah, these things are on their last leg. I fall asleep in them often. So they're also just like extremely loose. So they've been like slipping off, and it's time for me to get a new one, honestly. It's time. I don't know what I think I'm doing with these still, but I've been eyeing this pair of Chanel ones that are really cute. They're square like this, but a little bit of a different shape. Um, just because I love square glasses. My brother got me a pair of glasses, but they're like office siren type, but like I feel like I wouldn't wear them for every day. I like frames like these for every day. I feel like they suit my face more, but in reality, I just need to get me some contacts because I miss my contacts really badly. And it's gonna get to the season where it's like snowing and raining, and I don't know if I want to have glasses on for that. Because if you wear glasses, you know how irritating it is to be wearing glasses while it's snowing and raining and everywhere's wet outside and the humidity and they're slipping off. It's so irritating. So I actually need to go get some contacts if I can. I got like a pack of 5 or so from Korea because it was so cheap. It was like $60 USD for some contacts in Korea. And that amount of contacts that I got literally would have been maybe $100, $200 here. I got some before I left, but I didn't have any contacts cases, so anytime I wore them, I would just have to throw them out, even though they were monthly. And I'm so mad because I would have been on like my last or second to last pair still if I had a contacts case. Come to find out, I had some just hidden deep in my room. I was so upset. I was so upset. But I need contacts again because I personally don't like wearing glasses as much. I definitely prefer contacts. Um, so I need some desperately. But yeah, this light is TBD. That was a very long rant on why I needed contacts. You just got that from me complaining about a light. Hurrah. I had a few topics to get into. Oh my God. Oh my God. I had a few topics to get into for this episode that I have written down on my handy little dandy phone. Oh my God. What I have written down, how hard it is to get a job right now. Oh my God, the job market is so unbelievably bad right now. It is so hard to get a job for absolutely no reason right now. And it's everyone's hiring seasonal position for seasonal people, blah, blah, blah. And yet nobody's hiring. I've applied to so many jobs. I've literally just stopped at this point, but I'm applying to more. But it's just so hard to get a job right now. So let's talk about how the market sucks any time of the year. Summertime is when you're more likely to get hired, but everyone's hiring, but no one's hiring. Like, let's be so serious. I said, be so hard to get honest work. I'm about to start selling Coke. Stop making people get to these points. Because I make a fortune on a college campus in a week. But I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to get honest work. I'm trying to make an honest living, get my experience. But it's looking like that's not gonna happen. Like I'm actually about to start standing at street corners in a hoodie with bags, with dime bags. The Charlie XCX wannabes will be all over me. Mm-hmm. Yes, brat summer, brat winter, 360 all the time. Like, let's go. Yeah, she knows. She knows. Onika burgers. She knows. Also, let's talk about Onika burgers and imagine explaining Onika burgers to your children. I can't even explain Onika burgers to myself. She ate. She equals Onika, A equals burgers. I hope that Nikki Anti is having an amazing day because they really set the cornerstone of what it is to be Gen Z. Ugh, that just felt so gross to say. Oh my God. Let's get into how Gen Z are slowly becoming millennials. Like it's happening. It's happening. I fear it started. It started. And you want to know how I know it started? Those TikTok comments. We can't be the new adults with the laughing emoji. I'd be sick. I'm so sick of those. I'm so, we can't be the new adults. Ha ha ha. We so unserious. Ha ha. I'm like it actually drives me so like sometimes a video will go from being hilarious to so unfunny just because I saw one of those comments. We cannot be the new adults. Please, 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 please don't prove I'm right. We're entering the stratosphere. We're about to be sucked into the black hole. Become aware, please, my people, become aware. Because I don't know. The angels came for me, I tell them now. I don't wanna leave my baby alone. Drop the comments. Find something new to say. You can say, oh my God, that was so funny. Ha ha ha. You can say anything. Please. We cannot be the new adults. Make it end. Make it stop. Make it stop. This all came from me saying I needed a job. Yeah, I'm about to sell a dime bag. Let's talk about drugs. Let's talk about it. Cocaína. No. No. I saw this tweet. I saw this tweet of someone going, this weed shit gets serious. and they were holding a needle. And I just want to say to all my people out there, if it gets to that point, move on. Y'all cannot be serious. It will never get that serious. It should never get that serious. If the weed shit is getting so serious that you're shooting up with CBD oil, Coke is right there. Not 360. It's right there. Just go. Don't go. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will not. I'm not taking no responsibility for no one's actions. Don't do it just because I said it. Do it because you feel it. Don't do it at all, actually. I do not want no people to become no type of drug addicts. But at that point, like, what are you? Drink some orange juice. Take a break. The weed shit can never get so serious that you are talking like CBD oil and a needle, bestie. And everyone in the comments is like, okay, it's okay, girl. It's time to try heroin. Like, at that point, take some vitamins, go outside, sit on a swing, swing back and forth. Try to swing all the way around. I don't know. Just do something. Get a plant, get a cat, get a dog. Like, I don't know. Get a bunny. Occupy your time. It could never be that serious. It should never be that serious. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. 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 Just heed my warning. Anyway, another topic that I had to talk about was spooky season, the paranormal. So, I love talking about this. I love it. Let's get the glasses off for this. Um, I do believe in the paranormal. I believe in a lot of things just because why not? You know, I always, I don't really, I see, I kind of see people who don't believe in that stuff to be kind of closed-minded. Like people who don't believe in it, okay, but if you're not open to the opportunity that it could be possible at any, like, oh, I only believe in what I can see. Who says you haven't seen it? You know what I mean? If you're so close-minded to the point where you don't believe in that stuff, I kind of look at you sideways because it's like, be so fucking serious. I can believe in what I see. I only believe in science. I only believe in these things. Majority of the ocean is undiscovered. We don't know what the hell's going on down there. Anytime anybody tries, we don't hear from them. They're traumatized. Something's wrong. Like, majority of the ocean's undiscovered. You can't believe in something as silly as a few little vampires? Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, those people exist. They exist. So why wouldn't a vampire? You know what I mean? Like eternal life. People are like, no, I don't believe in the eternal life aspect. I do. You mean to tell me Anne Hathaway is not Shakespeare's wife? She decided it was her time for the limelight now, and now she's here. Let's be so serious. And Shakespeare is literally her husband. Anne Hathaway is married to the Shakespeare lookalike while looking like Shakespeare's wife. You mean to tell me and then she's barely aged all these years? Like, there's so much to know, so much to think about. Head full. Head full. So much to think about. Let's be serious. But yeah, I was talking with my dad. Let's get a little deep into this. So the other day, I had lunch with my dad, and I'm West Indian. I'm Caribbean. I am St. Lucian and Grenadian. Grenadian? Grenadian? My family's from Grenada and St. Lucia. I was talking to him the other day and I was like, do you believe in vampires and stuff like that? Because, but that wasn't like the right question because believe and know are kind of two different things. You know what I mean? They are two different things. And he was saying, believe, I don't know, but I know, stuff like that. Because when you come from the islands And this gets into a lot. When you come from the islands, you just grow up knowing those things are there. You grow up having experience with those things, and you grow up with people in your family telling you, don't do this at a certain time. If you hear this, don't go towards it. Don't do this, don't do this. And for good reason, because majority of the time, they're paranormal instances or supernatural is a better word to say, supernatural instances. And your family has grown up with that stuff. People in the islands, people in different cultures, they've grown up with that stuff. But in the United States, like in the West, I guess more specifically or whatever, you are kind of grown up to not believe in that stuff. You're grown up to have a little bit of disbelief, have a little bit of, that can't be real. That can't be real because I've never seen it. I've never experienced it. You're grown up to have that kind of mindset. You know, the West in America and things like that, and I can't really speak specifically for the UK and Australia and places like that, but like in America, they capitalize so hard off of people's paranormal instances. And it's kind of like a thing in the people's minds, like, oh, this place had this happen in it. This place had this happen in it, but it can't be real. Even though the evidence can sometimes be directly right in front of you, it can't be real just because I refuse to believe it's real. But in other cultures, like American person can't go up to, I'm probably gonna butcher the name, an American person can't go up to Hispanic and say La Llorona is not real. Because they're gonna look at you like, of course she's real. like like even they, because they have cousins, they have uncles, they have sisters, siblings, parents, they have people in their family, people they're friends with, people that they know who've had specific experiences with La Llorona. And you can't go up to a person, say you're from Arkansas. You can't go up to somebody from Haiti and be like mermaids aren't real. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Mermaids are real. And because they've experienced it, they've had family members who've experienced it, they've had anybody who've experienced it, who've seen it, things like that, you know what I mean? So I was just really thinking about that, and how on TikTok there's this whole sector of TikTok that are for people to share scary stories like that, and how a little of them have a little bit of truth to it, because around the world in different cultures you will see a lot of the same story really being told. Mm, the same story in different fonts. Like, mm, and then you'll also have some that are like distinct for that culture. 'Cause like I'm thinking of like kitsunes in Japanese culture. I don't know if you would find a version of a kitsune in Korean culture. I forgot the name for it in Korean culture, but I don't know if you'd find a version of a kitsune in England. You know what I mean? So there are stuff that are kind of unique to specific countries and to specific cultures, but sometimes with certain things, you'll find something for it everywhere. You will find a story or something about vampires in every culture, but in every culture they'll be different. They'll have different characteristics, they'll look different, they'll sound different. You know what I mean? You'll find a version of a banshee in every culture, but something will always be different to go with that country's culture or how people experience it. So I was just really thinking about it because I do believe in that kind of stuff, because I don't really have reason not to believe in that kind of stuff, and also just because I've known people who have experienced that kind of stuff. I've experienced that kind of stuff. So like why would I be like, I don't believe in ghosts and have 50 million parent like ghost stories that I could tell anybody. And I do be telling people, and my friends get really scared when I tell them. And so yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I was thinking about how cool it is and how interesting it is that in like America, and I can't say about the UK and places like that. I can't say about that, but in America, it'll really be ingrained into you to naturally have a skeptical look towards things like that, where in a different country, it would be like second nature to be like, oh yeah, that's real. So I was just thinking about that. And I thought that that was really cool. And all this came about because I saw this TikTok. It's a pretty well-known TikTok of this lady being like, I met a bunch of vampires in Chicago. And people in the comments were like, no, you didn't. And if you guys haven't seen the TikTok, it's basically this lady. She was doing Uber, I think, around a holiday time, like New Year's, Halloween, something like that, or just a busy time of the year when people weren't really outside. Like it was during holiday season, people were in the house. And she picked up these four people in this Uber, and they were white. They were coming from this goth party, but she said they weren't dressed goth at all. Like they were dressed like, think a Ralph Lauren model, like really preppy, maybe button-ups and sweaters, cardigans, polos, like stuff like that. They were dressed really peppy, so they like stood out amongst the crowd, and they were just driving. They ordered an Uber to drive to their Tesla. First of all, period. Period. They ordered an Uber to drive to their Tesla. Like, uh, period. And it was probably like a 5 or 7 minute drive. Like it wasn't long. They just drive like 2 miles out. 2 miles, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, like a 10-minute drive. And she was saying how like she just felt so unsettled around them and like their energy was weird. She didn't see fangs or anything like that, but it's like she felt them talking in her head. And they just kind of gave a very unsettling yet captivating energy. And they asked her questions, and she was like, oh my God, am I not going to go home to my children? Stuff like that. And I just thought that that was so interesting because people were like, actually, Chicago is a hotspot for vampires. I wrote a dissertation on it. First of all, I want to read that. That seems so interesting. But they were like, yeah, Chicago's a hotspot for vampires. I wrote a dissertation on it. Um, And places like Illinois, New Orleans, and places like that are a hotspot for vampires. So I'm thinking like places that have like good city nightlife. New York would be, I feel like, but people say it's a city that never sleeps. Everybody's asleep and inside by 10 o'clock. It is so quiet outside. Like you just hear cars passing in the night. Most of the time the noise is coming from drunk college students, but even then, it's not an everyday thing the way it probably was in the early 2000s. So she was saying that, and people were in the comments like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Literally telling her own experience wasn't real. Even if you're skeptical, shut up. Like, listen. Shut up and listen. You know what I mean? How are you gonna tell this lady who was fearing for her life just because four white rich people, well, I mean, fair, but like, she's telling you one of them spoke to her in her head without moving their mouth, and you're talking about some, you're schizophrenic. And I will say that there's a lot of people who experience paranormal stuff who may very well be schizophrenic, but there's paranormal explanations for things that just seem normal. Sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, there is a scientific explanation for it, there's a paranormal explanation for it. I used to get sleep paralysis a lot when I was younger, and I stopped because I stopped finding it scary. So I don't think that there was a scientific explanation for my sleep paralysis. I think there was a paranormal explanation for my sleep paralysis because I'm like, I don't know if I was seeing anything because they're like, oh, if you have sleep paralysis, there's a demon trying to get to you. And I don't know if I was seeing anything. I wasn't really looking, but I remember waking up in sleep paralysis. The first few times I was so scared. But then I just was like, the hell am I scared for? And I would go right back to sleep. Yeah. Yeah. I would go right back to sleep. Like, I'd get sleep paralysis, look around a little bit, and then knock out. Because what am I awake for? It's not my time to be awake. Like, what do you, first of all, mind your business. Like, that's me and my head to whatever was in the room with me, giving me sleep paralysis. Mind your business. Don't disrupt my sleep. Like, good night. Like, I'm going back to bed. People would be like, oh, you have to try wiggling something. Who's doing all that when you're the one being woken up out of your sleep? Why am I making the effort to wake myself up when I want to be asleep? Go back to bed. I'm currently sleeping because I want to sleep. You're waking me up in my REM sleep and expecting me to fight and wiggle and jiggle and wow, 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 do frickin' kung fu in my bed to wake up when you're the one disturbing me of my sleep. How about you, the whoever the fuck, go back to where you're supposed to be and let me sleep? That's literally my mindset. And that's how I stopped getting sleep paralysis. So yeah, if that happened, and I think I was told a few months ago, like, actually, you're supposed to just go back to bed. Don't try waking yourself up. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, little me knew, period. Yeah, yes. I just knew what to do. Glasses back on. Look at how loose these things are. Like, they're making me sick. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, but since it's October and it is currently spooky season, I have just been in my spooky vibe. Actually, not even. I've been in my like autumn vibe. I have yet to watch a single scary movie, I think, which sucks. But I watch them like kind of year round, so not too bad. I kind of want to watch one in a movie theater. I think the reason why that I haven't watched a lot of scary movies as of recent is just because I'm at home. And while I do love my home, I love my little cozy room. I basically have a movie theater in my room because of just how nice I've made it to watch films in. I just love, I just feel like you can't get the experience in a house that you get in a movie theater. I love watching films in movie theaters. Like the movies is just like a good place to be, and I wish that it was more popular. I think it's really gaining back popularity, but people would prefer to be home watching this stuff, and that's fair. Because when you're paying so much money for these streaming services, of course you're not gonna pay $16 to go see a movie. But me personally, if I like I watched Midsommar the first time in my room on my laptop, and I feel like I missed out on so much of the movie because I was watching it at home on my laptop. You know what I mean? Like I had the choice to go see it in the theaters, but like, I was just too busy at the time when it first came out. And so I watched it on my laptop, and I feel like I missed out on so much. And Hereditary, I really want to watch that, but it's a pretty like, well, not scary movie. I don't think it's really scary. People do say it's scary, but like I feel like I'm gonna miss out on so much of the movie because I'm at home, you know? So I really have to put myself in the atmosphere of watching it, but I do want to watch it soon. I've been watching just like kind of cozy movies. Oh my God, I made a TikTok the other day, like weeks ago, where it's like, since we're all gonna die, the Peter audio from Family Guy, since we're all gonna die, I have a secret I have to get off my chest and tell y'all. And he was like, I did not like The Godfather. And I did that, but with The Nightmare Before Christmas and I Will Die on This Hill, that movie's mid. No hate to you if you like it. I can understand how it perfectly encapsulates autumn vibes, but it's a Halloween and Christmas movie and it's just so boring. I personally prefer Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is the I hate that this thing does this. I hope that didn't record. I'm currently recording on a webcam. Oh, I got a camera for recording and stuff like that and vlogging and stuff like that because I needed a better camera. My camera's so old and it just doesn't have good quality anymore. But I'm recording it on my laptop. The monitor is my laptop and it freaking keeps doing this stupid thumbs up thing. I I don't know how to turn it off. The thing that you do on FaceTime. My hand wasn't even in a thumbs up and it did a thumbs up. And now my hand's in a thumbs up and it's not. That's so irritating. But yeah, um, I fully forgot what I was saying. But yeah, Corpse Bride is the better movie. And I was watching Coraline and everything, and I just feel like Nightmare Before Christmas gets so much hype, but I feel like it gets a lot of hype because it's a very cute, nostalgic film. I don't think it gets a lot of hype because it's good, but that's just because I don't like the movie, so I could be proven wrong. I have to rewatch it. I do try to watch it, but I can just really never get past the first half of the movie just because I feel the movie is just not my style, which sucks because I want it to be my style because I love those kinds of movies. Um, but I just feel like the storyline of it was just never for me. You love Halloween, you love Christmas, big whoop, so do I. Um, yeah, Corpse Bride. Let's talk about Corpse Bride. Let's talk about Corpse Bride and how Victor and Victoria are the same bitch in different genders. You arrogant piece of crap. You're marrying yourself? It's giving Taylor Lautner and Taylor Lautner, but instead of Taylor Lautner, it's Taylor Lautner. Like, let's talk about Taylor Lautner. You can't have your own name on your Instagram because your husband took it. Is this not crazy? Is this not crazy? Taylor Lautner is like 2 for 2. How do you manage to date two people named Taylor? How do you manage to date two people with your name and it's all spelled the same? How? What? You go out of your way looking for other Taylors to date? Are you insane? Are you insane? Jason Derulo, final boss. Remember when Jordan Sparks was like, in bed, Jason Derulo moans out his own. That's how I feel with that Taylor Lautner business. I mean, good on y'all. They're in a good, happy, healthy relationship. I think they're still together, but like it just kind of blows my mind when I think about it sometimes. 8 billion people in the world and you managed to marry someone with your same name and then she took your last name. So now there's two Taylor Lautners in the world? That's crazy. Front and back your names are spelled the same. This is like, is that not crazy? That's crazy. That's sick. I don't, I don't know. I don't know if it's sick as in sick, or I don't know if it's that sick as in sick. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to think about it. I like it freaks me out, but also I gotta give you your props. Like, this is crazy work. Cause okay, my name's Sasha. It's a Russian name. It is the nickname for Alexander or Alexandra in Russia. And I wish I knew how that worked, like how you got Sasha from that. But like it's a really fun fact and people remind me of it sometimes. And sometimes people call me Alex or Alexandra because, they're used to saying Sasha as a nickname. Um, which is really cute and I love it because Alexander and Alexandra is a really cute name. I love the name Alex. Um, but like imagine me marrying someone named Alexander and they're Russian. So their nickname is Sasha, right? I feel like that'd be different than me just marrying someone named Sasha. Like, okay, your name is Alexander, Alexandra. I marry you. Your nickname's Sasha, right? That's very different from me marrying another Sasha. Like, your legal name is Sasha, my legal name is Sasha. We're two Sashas. If I take your last name, it's Sasha this. You take my last name, it's Sasha this. Hello? Like, and that's crazy because Taylor Lautner's done it twice. He married one Taylor, but he dated another Taylor. What? Like the like I can't. What why, how, why, what? Like it just who, what, why, where, when? Like it's it's literally like what is going on? I don't know. And nobody talks about it enough. Taylor Lautner is married to someone named Taylor Lautner. And it's not himself. Like we don't talk about it enough. We as a society. We need to. We need to. It's like Kirsten Stewart, Kristen. I keep saying Kirsten for some reason. It's like Kristen Stewart managing to find someone else named Kristen and then marrying them, and then there's two Kristen Stewarts married to each. Like I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it. But props. Happy and healthy relationship. Props. You know what I mean? Let me get a sip of water. That just took a lot out of me. Well, yes. What was I even talking about before that? The way I fully like lost my like train of thought. How did we get here? Last I remember was Corpse Bride. And now we're talking Victor and Victoria. Okay. He should have married Emily, but I understand why he didn't. Um, let's talk about Corpse Bride and how when it becomes a film, live action film, because it probably should. Laura Harrier, Bill Skarsgård, and Anya Taylor-Joy. Like that's a fan cast. That is a fan cast if I've ever seen. Like put those people in casting companies. That is a cast if I've ever seen it. They're perfect for the film. They're perfect. The only issue is if they do make a live action Corpse Bride, Laura Harrier is probably not going to be cast because Tim Burton doesn't see black people as his vision for his films, which is crazy if they're not like Samuel Johnson. And this is words taken out of his mouth. Like when people are like, why don't you cast more black people? Which is something I actually never even noticed when watching his films because they're so outlandish. It's like, oh, wow. Like I'm not even paying attention to who the color of the people are. But like he doesn't really cast black people in his films if they're not Samuel Jackson. And he was like, oh, I just don't, they're not part of my vision. So actually, unless Laura Harrier is cast for the film, don't do it because she's the perfect casting. They're all the perfect casting. Like you don't even have to do much special effects makeup on them just because they look like the characters. Like that's beautiful and they're all good actors. So like yeah. That's all I had to say. Victor, Victoria, Taylor, Taylor. This shit is sick. Like that's insane. Anyway, let's get into media. I've been watching Harry Potter a lot. I watched the first two movies are the best for this time of year. Like and October to like November are the best time for the Harry Potter movies, I feel like. They just perfectly encapsulate, especially the first few. I don't know if anybody else does this. I do not watch past the sixth episode. Sixth episode. I don't watch past not the sixth episode. I don't watch past the fifth movie. Um, movies six through eight were just too evil. That movie felt too six through eight, six through seven, whatever. Part one and part two. Those felt the energy in those movies were just too sinister. The colorings were too dark. It just felt so. And I knew it was because, like, loss of innocence, they're in a war. Like, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. But, like, I just feel like the vibe for the first five movies, even though there was impending doom around the corner in every movie, was just so different from the vibe in the last two, three. And I don't like watching that. So I watch one through five exclusively. I love them really badly. Um, and my favorite characters are all alive. Yippee! So I've been watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone a lot recently. I may watch Chamber of Secrets tonight. I just find it so cute. They're also little, and the vibe is just so warm and cozy. And yeah, I've really just been watching that. Um, Literally, what have I been doing with my days? I've been rotting. I have like no life experience to talk about recently. I've literally just been rotting in my room, watching maybe YouTube videos, listening to music, and rewatching the same five movies on repeat. So yeah. Harry Potter, Little Women. Mm, let's check my letterbox. Oh, I watched To All the Boys I Loved Before, aka one of the perfect modern rom-coms. That not even one of the perfect. That is the perfect modern rom-com. They did that movie so well. I never read the books, but I hear that it was done justice and yeah. I watched the a YouTube video resurfaced of the actors Noah and Lana, their chemistry read. Beautiful. Beautiful. The chemistry in that movie in those movies were unmatched. They were so good. Um, yeah. Media. As for music, hmm, let's see. I've been discovering some new albums. So, Bavarian Fruit Bread by Hope Sandoval and The Warm Intentions, Seasons of Your Day by Mazzy Star, I don't know if I'm saying this right, by Koi no Yokan by Deftones, and Clear Heart's Gray Flowers by Jack Off Jill. That's what I've been listening to recently. And that's really it, because I haven't been doing much. This week has just been a week of solitude for me. I've been sitting at home, doing nothing, listening to some music, and my on repeat Spotify thing, watching YouTube. But that's literally it. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.